Today is Tuesday, September 10th, and we are continuing on with Module 1, Lesson 10. Yesterday, we spent some time talking about the standard algorithm for adding decimals, and today what we're going to do is we're going to use what we know about place value to subtract decimals, okay? So today's lesson is going to be very similar to yesterday's lesson, except instead of adding, we're going to talk about subtracting. You can use repeated reasoning to know that just like yesterday, when we talked about how adding decimals isn't all that different than adding whole numbers. Do you guys agree? You're going to find today that subtracting decimals is not all that different than subtracting whole numbers. Okay, it just happens in the decimal place values. Let's first review what we learned yesterday, though, by talking about the problem of the day. Remember yesterday when I gave someone some apples and I gave them some more apples? Yeah. Today I have another question for you. I'm going to give Violet 5 apples. How many apples does she have? 5. But I'm going to take 3 of them away. How many apples does she have now? 2. So if I gave her 5 apples and I took 3 away, how many apples does she have left? 2 apples. Okay. Now, I'm going to give Audie 5 tenths, but then I'm going to take 3 of them away. How many tenths does he have left? 2 tenths. Just like yesterday, we can see subtraction is subtraction, as long as you're working in the same units. Apples, I could take apples away. Could you do this problem? I'm going to give Audie 5 apples, and I'll take 2 tenths away. How many apples or tenths does he have left? What? It's confusing because it's different units, right? Okay. I could say 2 tenths of an apple, but I didn't say that, right? Okay, so we can use what we know about subtraction as long as it's in the same units. So, just like yesterday, get started by drawing yourself a place value chart. If I have 7 ones, I can show 7 ones by drawing 7 discs in the what column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember, I like to draw 5 across so that I can see quickly groups of 10. Okay, and then I have 5 thousandths. So that means I have to draw 5 discs in which column? Thousands. Go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, when I subtract, should I put more dots in or should I take some away? Take some away. Okay. Now, if I erase it, it's almost like it was never there, and I don't want that because I want us to show our thinking. So as Violet knows, she's seeing ahead. She's looking ahead. What we're going to do to show that we're taking them away is we're going to cross it out. So I have to take away 2 ones. So I'm going to cross out 2 ones. And then I'm going to take away 3 thousandths. So let's cross out 3 thousandths. What do I have left? How many ones do I have left? 5. 5 ones. How many thousandths do I have left? 2. So the answer is 5 ones, 2 thousandths. In standard form, of course, that would be 5.002. Okay, this time we're starting with 83 tenths. 83 tenths. Well, my question to you is, should I draw 83 dots in my tenths column? I could. That would show 83 tenths. Is that a good use of my time? No. I know, based on what I know about the place value chart, is that the 80 part, 80 tenths, is going to be the same as 8 ones. So I'm going to do that instead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wouldn't that be the same thing as 80? Right? Okay. And then I have 3 tenths. So 1, 2, 3. There's 83 tenths. Now, I have to take away 6.4. Using expanded form, I know that 6 is 6 whats? 1. Okay, let me take out 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have to cross out how many tenths? 4. So I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't do this problem. It's impossible. There's only 3 tenths. How can I take away 4? This is when we need to regroup, don't we? We know that one of these ones could be traded in to become 10 tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's how I want you to show it. I want you to circle the one that you're regrouping, draw an arrow to show that you're regrouping it and expanding it to become 10 of the smaller unit, and don't forget to cross out the one that you circled because we can't count this in our final answer. Does that make sense? Yes. Now we can turn our attention back to the subtraction. We had to take away 4 tenths. So far we've taken 1, 2, 3 tenths, and we have to take away one more tenth. Okay, now we're done. Now we've crossed out 6 ones and 4 tenths. How come it looks like I crossed out 7 ones? Because don't forget, one of those ones was used to regroup. Now let's see what we have left. How many ones do we have left? 1, 1. How many tenths do we have left?
9 tenths.
Good. Do you guys see how when you put 5 in a row like that, it makes it really easy to see how many tenths are left? So 1, 1, 9 tenths, or in standard form, 1.9. Okay, let's try the next one then. It says 9.2 minus 6 ones 4 tenths. So you can continue on your same place value chart like I am. Okay, let's set it up first. What are we starting out with? 9.2. How many ones is that?
9.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then how many tenths is that? 2. 1, 2. Okay, now let's start subtracting. I have to take away 6 ones. So let me cross out 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After I cross out 6 ones, how many ones do I have left? 3. Okay, now I have to cross out 4 tenths. Uh-oh, it's the same problem I ran into before. 1, 2. I only have 2 tenths, and I have to cross out 4. What does that mean I need to do? Okay, when I regroup, again, I show that by circling it and then crossing it out immediately because it doesn't count as a 1 anymore. Instead, it counts as 10 what's? Go ahead and draw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What I love about discs is they are very fast to draw. Yes? Okay, I was supposed to cross out how many tenths altogether?
4.
How many have I crossed out?
2.
So I have to cross out 2 more. Okay, let's take stock of what we have left. How many ones do we have left?
2.
2 ones. How many tenths?
8.
Good. So the answer is 2 ones, 8 tenths. How do I write that in standard form? 2 ones, 8 tenths. Sushant? 2.8. Very nice. Solve using the standard algorithm. I'm going to show you how using a place value chart just helps you line up place values with place values. Okay? We're going to do a couple on the place value chart and then we'll try some without. Let's try this first one. Copy the problem down. 831 thousandths minus 292 thousandths. What you need to do to write the standard algorithm is to write the numbers vertically, imagining that there was a place value chart, because that will help you line up the place values. Just like addition, we start with the smallest place value unit. What is the smallest place value unit we have here? The thousands place. Very good. We have 1,000 and we need to take away 2. What's 1 minus 2?
-1.
Yeah, a lot of people say, you can't do that. It's not that you can't do it, it's -1. But we don't want that. So what could I do? Could I regroup one of these hundredths? If I take away one of those hundredths, because I want to regroup it, how that 1/100th becomes how many thousandths?
10.
And if I add that to however many I already had, how many do I have altogether? 11. Now I can do 11 thousandths, and I could take away 2 thousandths. How many thousandths would I have left?
9.
Very good. Okay, now let's move on to the hundredths. I have 2 hundredths, and I want to take away 9 hundredths. What does that equal? -7. We don't want negatives. So how could I do that? Well, if I take one of the tenths away, I had 8, but now I have 7 because I'm going to take one and break it apart. Remember when I cut up that long? Remember when I did that? That's like what I'm doing here. I'm taking one of those rods, I'm going to cut it, and it's going to how many hundredths?
3.
No. This 1/10 becomes how many hundredths? 10, and I have 2 already, so how many hundredths do I have altogether?
12.
Thank you. Don't skip steps. If you skip steps, that's when you make silly mistakes. If I have 12 hundredths and I take away 9, how many do I have?
3.
Okay. Now, how many tenths do I have left?
7.
I want to take away,
2.
so how many tenths do I have?
5.
Very good. How many ones do I have? 0 altogether. Good. So my answer is 539 thousandths. Okay, good.